Hello, this is Mr. Anderson, and these are the instructions for the Instant Design Challenge Simple Skyscraper activity that is for my PLTW class. This is assigned on September 2nd. It's due on September 4th. And this is like a lot of our PLTW projects. This task has very few directions. And now you, the student, are the one that needs to come up with an idea and or a plan on your own. And then, of course, you need to make sure that you understand all the criteria before you get started. This is important because a lot of Project Lead the Way activities and projects have only a very, very limited set of instructions. We'll say you need to do something or make something, and then it's up to you to figure out how to do it and what to do. There are no directions or instructions of like how to put something together or any of that. This is all up to you. And it kind of be challenging for a few students, but this is why we take these courses. So that being said, your task is to find a box like one of these below. Here's a simple box you probably have in your cupboard, something like this. And then using just the box itself, nothing else, just the box itself, you're going to disassemble, take it apart, and then reassemble it so that you create a structure that is more than twice as tall as the original box. And that's very, very important. So this is very simple. You're going to take something apart and put it back together so it's more than twice as tall. And tall means this height, like this, not sideways. It's the highest tallness you can get, however you orient the box. All right? Now, the details of this, just to clarify, if this box was, let's say, 18 centimeters, then you would need to make a structure that was more, not exactly, but more than or taller than 36 centimeters, because twice as tall as 18 is 36. So the challenge is, how do you deconstruct or take this box apart in a way that you can then put it back together, stacks things on top of each other, fold, however you need to do it, to make something that's more than 36 centimeters. And you can take the box apart any way you want. It doesn't matter which way, how you cut it, how many pieces, none of that matters. The only thing that you need to do is make a structure that is more than twice as tall as the original box. Now, the one thing we do allow, you can use scissors if you'd like to cut up your box. So if you want to make nice straight lines, you can use scissors. But you cannot use any other material or device to put the pieces together. So you can't use tape or glue or rubber bands or anything else. Literally just the box itself and whatever is on the box, however the box is constructed. So that's very, very important. You are limited only to using scissors to cut it up nicely. After that, it's just the box. And you've got to figure out how can you put things together so they don't fall apart with just the box and some scissors to help you along. That's going to be a challenge that you got to figure out. Now, the steps are important that we do it the right way. Like everything we do in engineering, we don't just get to building. That is the fun part. The first thing you need to do, and this will be in class today, the first thing you need to do is think carefully about how you plan to make this work, and then sketch and label your idea. Kind of similar to a sketch like this, where I might draw a sketch of the box and then say I'm going to cut this in half and cut off the top, and I'm going to have 4 parts. Then you need to sketch how you plan to reassemble the pieces. So I do another sketch of how I plan to stack these up, I guess, in a way that would make it more than twice as tall as the original box. That would be a secondary sketch. So there's 2 things that you need to draw before you get started. So that's very, very important. We need to plan what we're doing first, then go ahead and start building. Now you can, of course, get a box and touch the box and whatnot to help you with the drawing and to help you with planning on what you're going to do, but don't start building until you turn this in first. So that's very important. Again, you cannot begin building until you have completed your sketch and it has been approved by me. So when we are doing our in-person Zoom today, that's what you are going to be working on, is that sketch and making sure that it's done correctly. And it can be a thumbnail sketch. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to look like you have an idea of what your plan is. Then you can start to build. All right. Now, this is a very handy table. This is important that you understand what's on here. These are the criteria, okay? You can't begin building until you turn in your completed sketch. The height of the original box will be measured by its tallest position. In other words, like I showed earlier, you can't lay the box on its side. The final structure must be able to stand on its own without any support. So it can't lean on anything. You can't have to hold it up so it doesn't fall over. It's got to stay all the pieces together on its own. And your final structure must be more than twice as tall as the original box. Now the constraints, this is very important too. You can only use the box itself. You can't use any adhesives or any device to help it stay together. And you must use a box similar to a cereal or a cracker box. You can't get an Amazon box or a cardboard moving box or anything like that. So those are very, very important. Now, this build is due to be completed by class time on Friday, which is September 4th, and you're going to showcase your build via Flipgrid. And this afternoon on September 2nd, I'm going to put out a link so that you can take a video explaining how you put yours together and showing that it's all standing up and that it's all good. So that is the simple skyscraper instructions for today. Again, I'm going to point out one more time before I end this video that you need to do this on your own. This may be challenging for you to come up with these ideas. That is the purpose of this project. Your goal is to build something. The actual purpose of the project is coming up with an idea or a plan on your own and then executing that and figuring out how to get it done. So if you forget what Mr. Anderson talks about in the Zoom today and you need help, what do I do? This is the video you need to watch. So good luck to you, and I can't wait to see these great projects on Friday.